And it is a call for more plastic crap. Not an uprising. When it's crowded out here, it's certainly hard to get around. But it only takes a couple tourists, or you know, sometimes one. It could bring your day to a fucking grinding halt. I'm an ABC over there, the one I'm heading up to. And, you know, I try to always, like, kind of defer to them, or I try to accommodate them. Tourists, I try to stay out of the way. Always let them go. Let them go before me. This leads to a lot of funny situations because most of them lack self-awareness, you know? So, they're not going to be aware of me, you know? So a lot of times, you know, I'll be trying to dance around, you know, like fucking Fred Astaire, so I can make their pathing easier. And they just fuck me every time. Every time. I know this is a self-whining thing, but it is kind of crazy. Like, I'm coming out of that ABC over here, and there's this family, like there's 3 adults, 2 kids, you know? So it's like I'm trying to just accommodate them. So they always want to be in front of you. So the leader, the fastest one in the group, gets to the door first. So then it's like, what do I do? I gotta let everybody go, right? Because they're all together, family. If you try to jump in there and you look like a spurg, and then everybody looks at you like you're fucking crazy or something. So I just deal, you know. And do you ever do, like, in an RPG, those escort quests where you have to get a character somewhere else, but they walk all fucked up and left and right, and they move slow, and you're just kind of stuck with them. You can't go anywhere. I experience that quite a bit here, all the time. So I'm just like I'm coming up the sidewalk, and I like to make the light, you know. So I'm like kind of going, can we make the light? But when the head of the group is here, and the tail is like over here, and just moving like this, and I'm just trying to, you know, exist somewhere. They're really exploring the sidewalk, like Gene Franco with the cowbell and Don't Feel the Reaper. They were just really exploring the sidewalk, getting all parts of it. And again, like, you can, like, get breakaway speed going and just kind of fucking jot through them. But then you look like a fucking psycho. If they don't match your speed. You know, like that happens, like with cars used to do that. Try to break out in front of them, and all of a sudden, you know, Mr. Magoo starts going 60 because he senses like you want to get in front of him. But it's not that kind of game. It's not a psychological game because there's no brain power involved. So I get to the light, you know, and they're all fucked up and separated and stopping, and they get to the light, and they drag long enough for the last of them to get the light, leaving me stranded on the other side. You know, that kind of stuff shouldn't aggravate me. I don't know, it just does. It turned like a 10-minute walk into 20. It's crazy. Yeah, I've talked about it before, like sometimes like how I was just, my parents raised me good to be polite. I know I've talked about this move where it's like you stop so someone can go, but then they stop and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm letting you go. There's that too. Like that happens in the street a lot. Like I'll be over here And like I'll be trying to cross the street, and there's a car, of course, it's flying up the street. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just wait till they pass. But then they see me and just slow down, kind of, you know, to look at me and say, hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff. Oh, and I'm hyper fucking aware of this kind of thing too. That's why, you know. But yeah, there's not a lot of brain power involved in these interfaces. And I was thinking about the brain. Last night I had to jot down some, well, I didn't jot anything down. I made little video notes like I used to do, which is how this channel came about. I've always basically have felt that, and I still do. Of course I felt that. It's you're independent of your brain. You're not connected to your brain. You are the electromagnetic energy in your body. You have nothing to do with your brain. Your brain is material. As such, it is part of this world. Same goes for your body. It's just a suit. It's the suit that you wear here to experience this, so that you can interface with the 3D. So to me, it used to become very like, I used to become very curious about how the relationship deteriorates when you have someone that has Alzheimer's or a head injury. And I wonder what it is. It's obviously the thing you're experiencing the world here through, the part of your brain, the transmitter, the antenna, I believe to be the pineal gland, which is, we're picking up frequencies as little radios. That's sort of our antenna. If the brain is damaged somehow, it's going to change the way you experience the world and how you interact and communicate with it. Because I used to wonder, like, my mom had Alzheimer's, and my grandmother-in-law, is that thing, had Alzheimer's. And like, they'll be in there, right? But they're not making a lot of sense, and they don't seem confused, right? It's like, they wouldn't be upset, they'd just be like saying crazy shit, you know? And not being like themselves. But they weren't acting crazy. It was almost like they become acclimated to their new kind of, their new reality, or their perception of the new reality. And I just think that was really weird. I'm like, well, how does that work? And while I still don't really know, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. And I think your perception, when you're interpreting what's happening in this 3D area, conforms to the condition that the antenna is in. So when you're saying weird things or talking strangely, it doesn't seem strange to you because the information you're getting matches up with the output that you're, you know, putting out. It's something like that. It's something like that. You know, Alzheimer's, head injury, you know, things like that. I mean, I've known people that have had head injuries, and it's like they're a different person. It's like they're a different person. It's really strange. It's frustrating. But I always would think, well, that's not dumb. You know, that's there, because you're not, you have nothing to do with the material. Now, your brain is a tricky situation because, oh yeah, I gave my lighter away. I'm like, who the fuck's my lighter? Gave my lighter to this older homeless woman. Do you know what though? I gotta wait on this because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I gotta figure this out.